Hi, Mao here. So I wanted to talk about school. If you should or shouldn't go to school to learn game development. So if you are a student and you wanna go to school to learn game development, I want to touch about this topic because I really want to stop you from going there. I don't think you should go. I think you have all the tools you have in your computer. If you have a computer and you have internet access, you can pretty much learn everything by yourself. Okay, now I want to touch about the uh, why you shouldn't go to school. First of all, school. How are schools created? If you think about it, we didn't have any game developer program many years ago. Like maybe 20 years ago, there wasn't any game developer program out there, right? And we still created games, right? Amazing games were created 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and there wasn't any program. It was just a bunch of people who study and then basically create something using their creativity and learning new skills like programming, art, and combining these things together, like with computer graphics, to create something unique. Now, there wasn't any school back then, but there still were games. So the thing about schools is that when companies get big enough, which is the case we're living today, uh, where more game companies want to hire more people, the thing about schools is that they need to be created to supply the demand of these companies. Because in these companies, they are looking for very specific people. When a company is too big, they are looking for a specialization, right? They need someone who specializes in something. For example, I want a tree modeler. Okay, we need someone who only does trees, right? And you don't need to be too special about it, right? You can make great trees, and so does another person. They can also make great trees, right? And or maybe you're looking for a rock artist or something like that, or just more general environment artists. Like how many environment artists are there? There are a lot of them. I used to be an environment artist, and like while there are some difference between people, uh, they share a lot of similarities, and this is why the companies are looking for this kind of people. Um, they are looking for someone who can fit into a job description. And this is why schools are perfect for that, because when you go to a classroom, you sit with like 40 people, right? And all of them, they're being taught the same stuff. It's like you're gonna do this, you're gonna have the same homework, and you're gonna study the same as your partner, and then partner next to you is gonna study the same as you, and you're gonna do the same exam. So what they're creating this is basically a factory, but not for products, but for humans, right? It's like a factory that creates people that know this is very specific skill. Now, the problem with schools is that they only teach you how to get a job, and that's it. And you go from there, then go to do something very specific. And if you are someone who is very creative and want to do something different, uh, school has a very limited mindset. And especially if you want to create games, hopefully it's because you like it and you want to explore your creativity, you will become a specialist. Uh, I don't know if that's what you want, but certainly in my experience is what most people don't want. Okay, so I want to give you some alternative. Okay, um, basically you can learn everything for free, right? Um, ArtStation is for free. You go to learn, go to learning. Uh, then you can just browse here different programs, and it's free. Like for example, you're looking for something 3D, right? Vehicle production part one, or I don't know, making characters, making UVs, making environments, making props, making, like concept art, making rocks, whatever. Everything you can find in a school, you can find it here for free. And these courses are taught by veterans like Decagon Studios. Is super talented people teaching here. You should take a look at it, and you can learn a lot from here, and it's free, right? Um, like this is School of Gunam. This is one of the few schools that I would recommend if you're really looking for a school. You have the Gunam School. They're great. I think they're very. They do specialize, like I mentioned, and it's something I'm against. Uh, but at their core, they are very creative, which is very hard to find uh, in a school these days. Most of them are avoid any kind of game design programs or this kind of work, like um, avoid them at all costs. Okay, but Gonam is quite good. I feel like I wanted to mention this. Not all the schools are bad, but just keep in mind it's not cheap. It's very expensive, especially if you live abroad. I believe it's in LA, so it's it's very expensive. Not even mentioning the cost of living there. Okay, um, TG Master Academy, not a cheap option, but not that expensive. Um, I highly recommend this one. You can learn pretty much everything from here. And basically, for example, you want to create environment, stylized game assets here. Basically, you see what you will create. Is this something you will want to have in your portfolio or something? Um, then you will see that it has all the parts. It's great. You have like live classes, you have assignments, you meet new people. Uh, Basically, it's quite good. And actually, because of them, I actually got my first job at Ubisoft. Right? I believe it's this one. Yeah. Um, with Anthony Vaccaro. Yeah, he's still teaching here. Great course. If you want to learn more about environments, please take a look at this course. It's great. Maybe a little bit too advanced if you're just starting out, but these are all great options. You have so many, right? Like have level design for games, Unity, whatever, and this kind of stuff is it's great. It's great that you can just study at your home. I personally, I really like to study with people. I really like to go out and go to school and meet people in real life. That's my personal preference. um, However, despite I love being outside, I think the cost of universities is too expensive today. um, like compared to this one, it's like only $1,000, and you can just study basically any kind of subject here related to 3D. If you want to specialize, this uh, these courses are great, right? Um, so probably university will cost you like maybe 10 times more, 15 15 times more. It's just ridiculous, the price, depending on where you live. So just think about it. Of course, it's the whole career, but this one is really short. It's quite good. Um, Talking about good courses, this video is sponsored by myself. I will teach you how to make an entire game in Unreal Engine 5 from scratch, right? Using all the tools. With other people, will teach you how to program, how to do visual effects, how to do everything. Take a look. I will put a link in the description if you're interested. And of course, it's also like 20 to 30 times cheaper than university. Um, so um, let's look for other options. If you're not really into 3D, maybe New Masters Academy can help you. Uh, Even if you want to do 3D, New Masters Academy are like probably my number one option for studying art fundamentals. They have the best instructors I have found online for this kind of topics. Uh, Bill Perkins here, amazing course on composition. All the things I do in 3D still apply today to basically pretty much everything. Okay, just uh, and it's super cheap. It's like $30 a month, $40 a month, and you even have a coupon here. So uh, it's just great, right? Um, Now this is if you want to learn very specific skills, right? Um, and I recommend this one because you can apply to everything. Even if you want to do 3D, this will make your skills go level up a lot compared to other very specific courses, like for example, ArtStation or Gonam, whatever. This is like can apply to everything, right? The feature, I highly recommend the feature. Is not really related to the specifics of creating art itself, but it will teach you how to make a living out of it. And basically, all the stuff that you're learning, you can monetize. You can monetize it. And so mm, I actually did a video on my other YouTube channel, UNF Games, where I show you how much money I can earn online, and I'm not in their courses anymore, but I believe I was there and they were good. They have a private group. It's great, and you can share your ideas and how's your business going. It's a bunch of creative that just want to have the goal of having like $10,000 a month income for the first year, and then they want to keep growing there. Sadly, learning all these skills, like regardless of how good these tutorials are, they don't allow you to convert into cash. So if you want to make a living out of this, you either work for someone or you make it yourself in the creator economy, which is what I would recommend now. So highly recommend the feature. Now, there's one good thing that basically uh, schools have uh, that learning from home doesn't, right? And that is you meet new people, and these people connections are really important in your career. Connections are like everything. So this is why Epic Games has a Epic developer community. Okay, and let me just go back here later. Um, Here you can go to connect and then go to join a group here, and you will be able to join a local chapter. Now, here you will find a lot of it's basically divided by state or area. For example, if you are in Europe, you will find like specifically like Berlin, Bristol, or basically Canada. You have like different parts of Canada, Latin America. We run the one in Lima. So for example, you are in LA, you want to meet like-minded people, not coming, no events where are comings, but you have some past events. The last one was September 29, not bad. Probably in 1 month there will be another one. Who knows? And there you can meet a lot of people. You can meet people who are working in the industry. You can meet people who are starting out, and it's basically a great way to meet people in real life and have good connections, uh, create friendships, which is something you can get in school because of the nature of it. You will be able to relate with other people and create new relationships. uh, if you are studying from home and you're like, hey, I'm like sitting alone here, Unreal Dev community is quite good. Okay, so check it out. Depending on where you live, you will have a chapter. Okay, and they are everywhere, like Asia, Latin America, Canada, uh, basically almost everywhere. It depends on the person. If you want to create your own chapter, of course you can do that too. But uh, this is a great way to connect with other people, so you don't feel like you are standing by yourself. Talking about Epic, it's something that not many people are aware, but they just launched a new website where you can see a lot of courses. Like if you go to Learning and then you go to Epic, you can see courses and tutorials, and you will see all the courses made by Epic. Of course, you have like tutorials from anywhere, like anyone can do a tutorial. Okay, but if you want to learn from Epic by itself, they have courses that can help you into more specific topics of game developers. It's just a great resource if you don't want to go to school. A lot of these things are available for you for free, so make sure to check it out. It's actually amazing. And this is the kind of tutorials that usually you don't find in YouTube. So it's better to go to the dev community here in Epic. Uh, so a lot of resources here. People look for YouTube, and there are great resources in YouTube. But there are also a lot of hidden gems here that you can take a look if you want to study. Okay, so um, basically there are a lot of alternatives if you want to study from home. Not everyone has the option to go to study in a university. I did, and um, so I have the experience of going to university. What are the pros and the cons? Um, Same by studying by yourself, you have the pros and the cons. So if I had to choose, I will choose to study by myself. I will save all this money from university and just basically study by myself now. Compared to many years before, the number of resources here that you have, it's just much higher than what I had before when I started out, right? When I started out, I just have like 3D bus, E3D, and and I just read the forums like Polycount and UDK, the Unreal Development Kit, when it was Unreal 3, and that's all the places where you can get the information. Right now, you have a lot of good information available for free, and a lot of good ones are free actually, and the paid ones are good too. So they are worth of buying. Um, I hope that if you're a student and or maybe you're just trying to change your career and you want to start game development, like, hey, like, do I really need to go to school? Because I really get this question a lot, and of course, a lot of people question this because school is not cheap. It costs a lot of money, and they want to choose either the right one, or they want to make sure that, hey, am I really gonna be able to learn here? And basically the same information that is in school is here. So uh, if you're looking to save money, you will learn the same here. If you're looking to connect with people, you can go to the communities in Unreal, the official chapters in each region, depending on where you're living. And there are a lot of events. If you live in the United States, there are a lot of events there. Um, if not, uh, there's always something going on in the game industry. Like even here where I live in Latin America, there are some events. So you can always connect with people. Okay. And if you're looking basically for to save money, it's a great way. I don't really recommend to go to school. That's my personal opinion. I'm trying to convince you not to go to school, but you need to check uh, your own situation. Every situation is different. Maybe you have the money, maybe it doesn't affect you. You can go ahead, you can go try it. School is fun. You meet a lot of people. The teachers can be fun sometimes, so it's a great experience. But if you don't and you really want to learn game dev, or you just want to learn something from home, um, here you have like great resources where you don't really need um, much investment other than your computer and have an internet. and the time to study. So if you like this video, let me know in the comments what kind of topic you will like me to touch on next, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.